Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Broadacres, the Unrealistic Farming Simulator 17 series. Now then, we have got 5 tractors all lined up, and yes, I do have a bit of a confession to make. The thumbnail from yesterday, yes, it was clickbait. It was definitely 100% clickbait because I didn't actually get to this stage in yesterday's episode. I had a couple of them lined up, it's true, and the others were up there getting ready to be lined up, but I didn't actually have them all lined up, so I did use a clickbait thumbnail. I have no idea what it's going to be like because I'm recording this one long time before that video is going to go live, so yeah, I will probably have forgotten about it by that point. We want to move these 5 tractors over to the fields. We've put the Terminator on the back rather than the Great Plains because then it should be able to plant onions. And this is what we want to do first. We want to plant onions first. So I'm going to take the little Schluter here and we're just going to see if we can go and get onions. We've got barley, canola, beans, oilseed radish, grass. Yes, now we've got the new stuff. So we've got oats, we've got, I think that's millet, and then rye, and then triticale. I think that, I don't actually know. I'm guessing at this point. Cotton, carrots, and onions. That is what we want. Right, so if I can go like that, and then I can hit the teleport, and I can teleport over here. I will go to the middle. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go right over to that end over there, and I'm going to jump out of the tractor, and then I'm going to teleport myself over to the middle. I'm going to go right to there, right in the middle of it. There we go. Excellent. And go like that. We just zoom down a little bit. There we go. Ray White, land for sale. Contact Bob Fisher on 0414 444. Right. I'm guessing that's a false phone number. If it's not, someone will be very pleased to have $23 million to buy this field. Fortunately, we've got about 800 million, or just under, so we can buy that one without breaking into a sweat. I'm going to open this gate, actually, because, yeah, it'd be handy to be able to drive in and out. And we're going to want to be fairly close here. When we harvest these onions, I'm actually thinking we'll get several harvesters going. I'll probably speed them up a bit. Let's be fair. I will probably speed them up. Although I think we can actually use combines to do this. I think we can use combines for it. So I will probably get the combines going, and we'll do it like that rather than using a actual root crop harvester. Although I haven't quite decided yet. I'm still undecided on this one. So let me unfold this one here, and we can start. I'm going to put this one going down one side of the field down here. I'll probably get the last one and use that one for like tidying up the corners a little bit. Although I tell you what, maybe I could do this with the corners here. I'm not sure. It's going to be difficult getting these things right into the corners. The middle of the field is not going to be an issue, but getting into the corners is going to be a little more tricky, making sure that we can actually do all of this. So let me bring that one up like that and start that. Before we go any further, my weekly question. As you know, at the moment we are working on pigs. We've got 5,136 pigs. We will very soon be doing some corn, and I'm getting started on planting these onions just because I kind of got sidetracked with this. I was actually planning to fast forward so that we could start. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to do that, and we're going to start the corn harvest before we start planting these onions. We'll do that first. But anyway, do you want me to stick with working on the pigs until we reach 25,000 pigs, or do you want me to take a break from them once we've got them properly fed, we've got all the corn, and start working on cows or sheep instead? Now, we will eventually reach 25,000 pigs, but, you know, maybe not quite yet. So, do you want me to stick with them until I reach 25,000, or take a break and do one of the other animals, and then come back to them later on? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Now, let me get out of this tractor a minute. We're going to leave that one there. Not going to worry about that one for a minute, and I'm going to go over to field 5, and I'm actually, because field 5 is the one with the corn, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put myself right there on the edge of field 5, like this, and so I've got the corn underneath me. I'm going to lift myself up into the air like this, come forward a bit. Right, so I've got over there is the carrots. That's the carrot field over there. Huge, great big field of carrots. And then over here, we've got this big field of corn over here. So we can sort of see both. That's what I'm hoping. No, I don't want to go to 1 times. I want to go to 13 times for a minute. So let me just bring it around here so I can see. I want to see both of these fields. I want to lift myself up like this so that I can start seeing stuff. And we're going to fast forward time now until the corn is ready to harvest. So the best way that I've found to do this is you can fast forward quite quickly through the night, and then you do need to slow it down a little bit just to let everything on the map catch up, and then you can go back to speeding up again. So we're up to about midday. So I'll slow it right down and I'll let a few things catch up, and then while it's doing that, I'm just going to go and check what we've got on our... We've got plant growth on slow. That would actually be better. I think it would be better if we keep it on slow. What are our statistics so far? We've got 9 eggs in the coop. Storage capacity is... What is that? That's 30 million. Yeah, 30 million. Storage capacity is 30 million. That's not bad. Time played about 10 hours. And yeah, so worked hectares total 1,578. That's pretty impressive, I think. And seed used so far, 500,000 litres of seed has been used so far. So I've kind of left it and I've not done anything for a bit. So we can go and fast forward it again. If I go all the way through to 15,000 times speed, I'll let it go right through the night and we'll come back down and I'll let it run back to... Oh, shit, I'm going to move it until the middle of the afternoon. So we're 2 days on from where I started. There we go. Late in the evening. Right, it should... Now it's actually starting to make a change. You can see it's slowly working its way across the map. This is the bit you got to wait for. If you fast forward too quickly, it doesn't actually do that properly, and then it breaks the map. Especially one of this size. This is a huge map. Absolutely enormous map. So we do have to sort of take this into account when we're sort of looking through this stuff. No, I don't want fruit types. I actually want to go to growth. That's the one that I want to look at. And it'll go through in slices on the map and slowly update it. So we got that as the first bit planted, and it's slowly coming down through there. The cotton we don't need to worry about. We got withering turned off. Actually, I'll just make sure that we do have withering turned off. That would be a disaster if we don't. Yes, we do. That's okay. But also, it's going to start working on the carrots now. There is our carrots. So we've got the corn has gone through, and it's working on the carrots as well. I'm going to go and have a look at these carrots and see what they look like when they... If I just reset it, I can do that. So there's the carrots. That's the first phase that they go through. Ooh, a little bit too far. There we go. Now you can see the carrots. They kind of look like grass, really. There's nothing special about carrots at the moment. So let's lift up. We can jump over the gate and we can come back over here. So I can zoom myself back up into the air. I don't know how quickly slow plant growth does. I'm not sure how long it takes. So, but you can see down through the bottom of the map there, it's slowly getting through and it's doing everything. It's gone right the way through the whole of field 14 now. And it'll be going down through. We've not got anything in field 13. The only thing we've got left is field 1 down there. So that field up there, field 3, that one is now got a growth stage on it. And I think that's all we need to worry about. We've got poplars there in that area there, haven't we? That's another one that we need to concern ourselves with. Let's just go back to the map a minute. I'm just going to let you sort of see how long it's going to take to update each section. And the potatoes it's still not reached down to the potatoes yet. It will in a minute. It will start reaching the potato bit as well, and it will allow that little bit there to grow as well. It just does it in stripes all the way across the map. Obviously, a 1 times map is like way down here. This is like a 1 times map, because yeah, you got a 4 times map is there, and then so that's a 1 times map. Is like that. Field 9 is bigger than an entire 1 times map, right? That's bigger than the whole map for Sosnovka or any of those other ones that we did. Go back into here. So you've got a lot of data that is currently being processed and working its way through it. It's almost down to the bottom. I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to cycle it through, and I'll let you see the carrots once they reach their next stage, and then we want to get to the stage where we can harvest all of the corn. The next stage is inching its way down across the map, so we'll be able to see what the second growth stage is for the carrots in just a second. There we go. Whizzing on past. Right, let's jump into the field here and take a look at the carrots. So they start to come up now. It's a fairly basic kind of pattern for it, but that's actually exactly what you want, because it does make it quite easy to render, and the computer can sort of cope with it really well doing that. And also, I don't know, well, obviously let me know in the comment section today, what's this like? Are you getting like a load of those compression artifacts? Or is it not too bad with this green and brown? I know that the white and brown is like a really high contrast, and so it's quite bad, but I don't know what this one's going to be like. So just go through. What I'm doing is I'm actually just quickly jumping through. This here is not going to do anything. I'm just jumping through to the big bud because I want to see what it's doing up through the field. I've got a line there through the middle of the field. I don't know what that's in aid of. But anyway, yeah, the big bud is still going. It's still planting. It's just kind of got now. It's spread out a little bit extra. So that's absolutely perfect. That's what we want. We do want it to keep going like this. I'm just running along the field here, and after we went through a growth stage, it's now actually started turning that manure we've got a layer of manure across the field, and it's now actually turning it into fertilizer, whereas previously it didn't. It wasn't actually recognized. Where it's been planted, it's not recognized as fertilizer, but here it's now actually recognized it as fertilizer. If anybody else does have this issue, fast forward time a couple of days and then start playing on the map, and it should cure any of your issues with regards to fertilizer, because look at that, it's absolutely perfect. So I can't fault that anymore. Excellent. So we've found the solution to yet another one of the great mysteries of life. Fast forward time. That's all you got to do. Play God, fast forward time. Here comes the next change. It's actually done two at once because I fast forwarded it so much. So that's the second to last stage on there, but I don't know what it does with carrots. So that's gone on through. So let's jump into the field, take a look at any changes. Right, you can now start to see you just got like these little bits of orange coming up through, so you can just kind of see the actual tops of the carrots in the soil as they come up through as well. And if we take a look at the actual map, I'm guessing it's going to be the second to last stage, and then I don't know if it's going to work like potatoes, because we've got the beans now, and we've got this corn, and we've got that's a field of wheat up there. That's poplars up there. They're ready to harvest. I think it's poplars anyway. Go back through a minute. It's these here. Is that poplars? I'm 90%. Yes, it is. You can see it's gone grey now. Right. Let me move back through to the growth bit on here. So we've got the potatoes growing. I don't know if carrots will do the same as potatoes, because what the potatoes do is they ripen. They get to a certain stage, and then they you've got to leave it at it does like the final growth stage for quite a while before it actually changes over to remove the tops and ready to harvest. You've got like a smaller harvest window. If you've got the withering turned on, you've got a smaller harvest window than you do normally with other crops. Last stage now, I'm just waiting for that band of yellow there to work its way right the way down across the map. And as soon as it's done, we can take a look at what the carrots are doing, and then those will be ready. We're not actually going to start harvesting them today, I don't think. We're just going to concentrate on starting field 15. I want some suggestions of what you'd like to see me planting in field 13 as well. I'm not going to put that one to a question. We've got our weekly question for this week. Field 13, I will start planting it with something, though. I'm just not quite sure what it's going to be yet. It's advancing on us rapidly, bearing down like a wave of destruction. What is going to happen to these carrots? That's going to be the next big thing. I'm going to take a look at them a minute. So that field of corn is now completely ripe, and a field of soybeans is ripe as well. While the rest of the map is catching up, we are going to take a look at these carrots. So they've gone white and... well, it's white and green on the top, and you can just kind of see the carrot coming through a little bit. Not as much as you could previously, though. So now let's just take a look and see what it is. Whether it's ready for removing tops, or if it just goes to, no, it stayed green. Now, it's done the same as what potatoes do. Potatoes, they go to a ripe stage, and then they get to another ripe stage where it's kind of like it's still growing. So it's not actually ready to remove tops yet. They need to sort of go on yet another stage, and... then it's after that bit that they're then ready to remove the tops. So that's another growth stage still to come with the carrots. we don't need to worry about that. All we need to worry about today is going back over to these bad boys over here, and we can start our planting. So we're on 1 time speed again for the growth rate, so we don't need to worry about that getting spoiled or damaged anywhere else on the map. And the potatoes, they also won't be ready yet either. Okay, I've got a 600... Oh, no, it is going. It wasn't going very well, but it is actually going, so we don't need to worry about that. For a moment, I thought this tractor wasn't going to be able to cope. But it does. It can cope with it. So if I bring that one over like that, I managed to get round the corner just slightly. I'm going to have to sort of just nudge it in a little bit, I think. Line it up. That's better. Right. No, I don't want the AI vehicle extension on this. Definitely not. I want to go normal AI. We've got onions being planted, and why is it undoing that? I'm not really sure why it's undoing that. I'm going to... Let me just stop a minute. Why have you undone that one? I did Control H. Why is that undone? That is very peculiar. I don't know why it's done that. Hire worker, fold sower X, select seed. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. If I go onto this one here, hire open seed tank is V. Maybe... Oh, I know why. I think it was because of that. So I've got the seed tank, and then open for a close additional tank if I press X. And then I can go back onto here. Hopefully it's not going to try and do that again. I think it was because I pressed V when I started up, because I started it myself manually. If I go like that, is it going to... No, it's not going to do anything strange. Right. That is going to continue on, and it's going to plant onions there. In the meantime, we are going to go and we're going to get the New Holland T9 Smart Tracks there. That does actually look quite impressive, that thing. And I'm going to teleport this one down into field 15. Now, that one's doing along that side, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it into this corner. I don't actually know where the corner is. The corner is along... Oh, no, it's right there, actually. Is it? Where is the corner? This is a... I can't actually see it properly from that map. I'm going to have to teleport again, I think. And I'm going to go... Let me move along a little bit further. Okay, that's probably not the best place to be. Let's try moving down that... Oh, there's the fence. Right, so I found the fence. And if I go like this, start you up. And I don't want to unfold that one. I want to go to there and unfold. So that can start unfolding that bit. So we've got the smart tracks now. And I'm hoping that I can bring this one along and... Oh, there's actually a road that runs up between... Oh, no, that's on the edge of field 18. No, there is actually a road that runs between these two fields, which I didn't see previously. But what I want to do is I want to get this one back into that corner. And that is not going to be the easiest thing that I've ever done. I've got so many bends and corners on this seed drill. This is going to be extremely difficult. I'll bring that one round there. I want to get it right back into that corner. This is the tricky bit. I could just get a small seed drill and do the corner, or I could not do the corner at all. But I feel that you lot would be somewhat let down if I was to do that. If I was to just give up and say, you know what, we won't do the corner, I feel that you would personally feel that Frithgar had let you down. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to persevere, even if I've got to edit this little bit out. Although I don't think I need to. I think we're actually going to be able... This is actually easier than I thought it would be. Because of the articulated steering, he does actually present a reasonable degree of control over where I go. My only issue is being able to continue onwards. Right, if I start... Actually, no, I need to make sure I'm planting onions first. And we go to there. Carrots, onions. Right, so if I start that one there like that, and then start to move forward, I'm going to miss a little bit on the edge, am I? Is it going to get it? No, it's actually got it. I got all of it. It was touch and go as to whether I would actually make it, but it did make it. It was fine. In the end, we got through. And, right, I want to kind of make sure it's straightening up in... I do want to come over a little bit. This is quite close to the fence. It's very tight on this edge. So this is going to be a difficult one to get lined up dead straight, but we are doing it. Okay, that one can go. If I just go Control H a minute... Oh, no, it's articulated, of course. All of the rest of them, you can't actually use the AI vehicle extension on because they're articulated tractors. So that one should carry on down that way. helper A is already creeping along the top there. Is right here, and you can sort of see just on the mini-map where it is coming along, it's catching up. He should now be able to turn and go back the other way. So we've got that one there, and then I want the John Deere next, so I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to teleport this one down into... So if I would come straight down from there, I kind of want to put it into the corner right there. How close am I to the corner? That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Right, I can just close that down a minute. Go to there, start unfolding that. And I can come along here. So the New Holland is going to come up this way. So I need to bring the John Deere along here, step back into this corner, and start heading up that way. So it's west that I want to head, isn't it? Bring this one over here. Like that. And then I can start going backwards. Right. Actually, I think I might actually have this one lined up a little better than I did the last one. Bring that back. Just keep it roughly where it is, really. And then that'll do it. There we go. Right, it's not ideal. And I have kind of shunted it around a little bit. I think it's going to be okay. We'll survive with this. So I can bring that one through there. Go on a bit more. Right, I'm not sure if I'm in exactly the right place. I think that's about right there. No! No! Oh, you fool! You absolute fool! Oh, what have I done? This is bad. This is very, very bad. If I can back up. Right, let's try actually planting onions here. I planted wheat. Okay, if I can do that, and then I can... It's going to be in roughly the right place. There we go. And I'll start again. It should just plant over the top. It should, if all has gone well... It should just plant straight over the top, and it should turn it into onions rather than wheat. So I just fast start going forward myself manually, and yep, right, there we go. Press H, and it's away. It's being done. Excellent. So we got another one there that is planting onions. And I got one more that I want to get. So we got this one is coming up through. This one is still heading towards that corner. And I want the Challenger Field Anaconda. We're going to take this bad boy here, and we're going to go F11, and we're going to take that one down to that corner down there like that. Right. We just remove the map a minute. Right, this time I'm actually going to change the seed before I... You know, it would help if I had the right one selected. There we go. Let's change the seed. Go through to carrots, onions. There we go. Right, now I can start unfolding this one. And I'll bring this one up round. And get it sort of kind of lined up there. I should have an easier time of getting this one lined up, because I've got a little bit more sort of forgiveness on this corner. So this is the final corner. I don't know how well they're going to do by going up through the various different places. If I shove that back like that, that's not really going to work very well, is it? That's not the way that we do this. That's kind of the straight line I want to be on. So if I can just bring that round a little bit and then straighten up. There we go. Push that round. Oh, no, I've gone too much now. I went too far. That's always me. I always end up going too far. And I can put that one there. Right, now I can start this one up. We've got onions. We've definitely got onions. So I can bring that one round. And I reckon if I keep that in a straight line there, we should be about right for that one. Yes. Excellent. That is going to go. I can press H. That one can go as well. Right, so now I've got 4 tractors working in this field. And they are going out to each of the corners. I've got tractor A is actually currently about to reach the end. We've got this. He's done it. He's reached the end and he's turned. So we've got that one little bit there that hasn't quite been done properly. However, overall, I don't think that's a major issue. This one's coming up to this next corner as well. That one's going to be done. And then that one's working there. So I'm kind of thinking that I would like to leave all 5 tractors just working like they are at the moment and not do anything else with them. But we got all 4 tractors. But we got 5 tractors. We got one more here. And I need to do something with this one. So now I'm thinking... Well, I was actually thinking this from the start. This was kind of a plan that I had in place. I just didn't mention it before because, you know, I kind of wanted to spring the surprise on you. Did you like how I did that? Probably not. Doesn't really make any difference. Yeah, I know. I'll shut up and move on now. So we've got these 4 working here, and I'm hoping that they won't get tangled up with it, except that those 2 might. get tangled up with each other. We'll see. I'm hoping those 4 can keep working that field without sort of causing too much issue. And I want to get started on planting another field. Now, I was actually thinking of using Great Plains and using 5 of them, but I'm actually kind of thinking that we'll do that another time. And we won't worry about field 13 or field 9 just yet. Now, we got 1 field of corn right there. I've got 1 field of soybeans. I got a field of wheat over here. I want to get field 18, and I want to plant it with something, and I'm thinking it's going to be one of the new crops. So first of all, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to visit that one, and I'm going to buy this field. This is only $40 million, so we'll buy that one. A little hobby farm, really. And I'm going to plant this one with one of the new crops. We're going to take this one, this bad boy right here, and we've got these new crops. Now, I'm not actually sure which one I want to do. So if I go into here, and I go to the fruit types here, we've got oats, triticale, rye, and millet. I got those completely the wrong way around when I was reading them out, didn't I? Now, I've never actually heard of millet before today. Well, not today. Before I started this series, I've not heard of millet. I've seen triticale growing in fields. I've helped to grow rye in fields. I've harvested and combined and baled up oats and oat straw and all kinds of stuff. Triticale, I've done the same. Rye, I've actually seen it. I've never actually combined it, but I did see it growing. We had a field that we grew for some people that did thatching, and so they use a reaper and binder so that the straw doesn't get mashed up. And they use rye for that. Millet. I've never seen millet. I don't know what millet is or what it does. So I'm going to use millet, and I'm going to plant it in field 18. And we're going to use this bad boy right here. So which one is the millet? That's not the rye. That's the triticale there. That's millet. I have got that right, haven't I? I want to go there. Millet. Yes, that's definitely millet, because that's the triticale and that's the rye. Right, so we've got millet. And how many times can I say millet in the next 60 seconds? No, I'm not actually going to try, don't worry. And I'm going to go to this corner over here. Now, they should be able to turn around themselves without any issues. At least the other tractors have been turning around without any issues. So I'm hoping that this one can as well. So I'm going to go to the back one, and I'm going to unfold this one. And I'm going to start this one planting this field. I will get some assistance for this one later on, but for now, it's just going to do it itself. I'm actually going to go north to south, I think, just to start with. And so I don't need to sort of... I'm going to do north to south just because I'd like it to like mark out the edge of the field. Now, it's going to take quite a bit longer to plant these fields using these big seeders on like normal settings. So, you know, we haven't got them going super fast or anything like that. So it is going to be something that will be going for a little... They'll be chugging away for quite a while. However, we got 4 of them working on field 15, so it's probably not going to take them all that long to finish field 15, and then they can come up here. It's seed drills today, and then next week, the beginning of next week, we start on the corn harvest, and I'm going to be using a few hired helps in order to do that corn harvest. I'm just not sure how many yet. So let me start that one up, like that, and move. I'm just going to inch it towards that fence a little bit, which I need to. I don't need to go very close to it, actually. That's not far off of where I need to be, about there, I think. Bring it up there. Let's try that. Press H, and that one can carry on up through there. Right, so we're planting millet here in this field. I've never done this before. I've never seen millet. I've never heard of millet before I started this series. I don't know what millet is for. I don't know who uses millet. I don't know who eats millet or what foods millet is used for. And yes, I can keep saying millet all day. I really could. Yeah, you probably believe me, actually. You probably don't need me to prove it in any way. So I will stop talking about that anyway. And let's move over to these and we'll see how they're doing. So this one has almost completed its first time around the field, and then this one here has just completed its first pass along the field, which means it's going to lift out and it's going to come back around. We're going to have a few little bits on the corners that we're going to need to tidy up afterwards. I'm not going to worry about it now. I'm just going to let these tractors all carry on exactly as they are. So that one's coming to there, and then we've got this one has done turnaround and he's on his way back through, doing an excellent job. And then finally we've got the Schluter over here. I love the way that the cab is on this thing. It's awesome. And that one has done a turnaround and has gone back through without any problems at all. So we go back up through these. We've got the John Deere. He's away again. And there's nobody near the John Deere at all. And we've got this one here, the Field Anaconda. This is the one here. This one's going to come up through, and then I got a feeling that that Schluter is going to come down, and it's not going to do this properly. I think it's going to sort of come down through, and then it's going to get stuck and think that it's finished its field. That's my theory. That's what I think is going to happen. Whether it will or not, I don't really know. Something else I'd like you to just mention in the comment section today. Do you want me to do anything with the straw? I've got straw there. I've got another little tiny field of straw on the other side of those bins. And I've also got straw on the 3 small fields up near the farm. Do you want me to do anything with it? Do you want me to bother doing anything with straw in this series? Or should I just kind of leave it alone? I know that we do have the cotton swath. That's different. That's trying something new that we've never done before. This one, however, is, you know, it's kind of stuff that we have looked at previously, so we're not going to worry about it. That is up the end of field 8, so I'm not going to worry about that one. John Deere is doing great. We've got the T9 working its way down towards here, and then we've got the Schluter. This is the turn, the final turn. My question for this week, do you want me to continue working on pigs until we've reached the full 25,000 pig target? Or would you prefer I took a little break from pigs once we've got more fed with the corn that we're going to start harvesting next week, and went and started looking at one of the other animals instead for a little while and then come back to pigs later on? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. And it's actually going to get round there okay. It's got a little tiny bit missing in this corner, but other than that, it's not going to cause us any problems whatsoever. So that one can go back up through there. And job done. It's brilliant. Everything is working perfectly. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.